is Tony LaJeunesse, CEO and President of TL Financial Group. Today's video blog is titled Interesting History and Evolution of the Golf Ball and Other Interesting Golf Facts. Now, we all know that this has been a historically challenging time for everybody. So today, instead of sharing an economic outlook or virus update, which we'll end up hosting a webinar in late May, I wanted to share with you a distraction from the news and provide you with some interesting facts about the history of the golf ball. So whether you're a golfer or not, I do hope you find this a bit entertaining and, of course, interesting. I have replicas of the evolution of golf balls through the ages, which I will now illustrate to you. Okay, the first known golf ball is called the feathery. Golf as we know it was first played with a leather-covered ball stuffed with feathers. Several pieces of leather were tightly stitched, leaving a small opening. The casing was then turned inside out, and then goose feathers were measured by filling a gentleman's top hat full of feathers that had been boiled and softened. Then they were tediously stuffed into the casing before the final stitches were made. The surprisingly hard feather ball was hammered into roundness and finally coated with several layers of paint. This fragile missile was used for over 4 centuries. Here's what it looks like. Next, we have the gutta percha. The first gutta ball is believed to have been made in 1848 by the Reverend Dr. Robert Adams Patterson from gutta percha packing material. Gutta percha is the evaporated milky juice or latex produced from various trees. It's hard and non-brittle and becomes soft and impressionable at the temperature of boiling water. Gutta balls made under the name of Patterson's patent were handmade by rolling the softened material on a board. The new durability of the gutta, together with its resistance to water and improved run, provided rejuvenation to the game of golf. Here it is. Now we move on to the hand-hammered gutta. The gutta percha ball enormously enhanced the popularity of the game of golf. However, it was soon discovered that a ball with many little nicks on it had a truer flight pattern than the smooth gutta. Thus, the hand-hammered gutta was created by hammering the softened ball with a sharp hammer that gave the ball an even pattern that greatly improved its play. Later, balls were formed in iron molds or ball presses, creating the markings on the ball. Here's this one. Next, we have what's called the bramble. Surface textures and patterns impressed into the gutta percha balls evolved from the first imitations of feathery ball stitching to the highly detailed and symmetrical patterns that greatly improved the ball's flight. The best known balls were the hand-marked private brands of the Scottish club makers, such as the Ochterlonies and Old Tom Morris. Many brands with a variety of patent names used the bramble pattern, so this became the most popular pattern of the gutta era and was also used on the early rubber golf balls. Here's this one. And so that brings us to the rubber ball. Few changes in any sport compare with the changes in the game of golf brought by the rubber ball. It was invented in 1898 by a Cleveland, Ohio golfer by the name of Corbin Haskell in association with Bertram Work of the B.F. Goodrich Company. The ball featured rubber thread wound under tension on a solid rubber core. Early gutta percha covers gave way to the balata cover that was developed in the early 1900s, and the popular bramble mesh, reverse mesh, and a wide variety of other patterns gave way to the dimple pattern first used in 1908. When commercial manufacturers took over the production of the golf balls, a lack of regulation covering the size and weight created many deviations in the golf ball. Here is the rubber golf ball. And now lastly, we have the modern golf ball. On January 1st, 1932, standardization of the golf ball weight and size was established. The weight was not to exceed 1.620 ounces, and the diameter was not to measure less than 1.680 inches. Later, after testing apparatus was developed to measure the velocity, a maximum velocity standard of 200 feet per second was added by the United States Golf Association. The durability and precision of today's balls reflect not only the tremendous technological advancement of their manufacturing ability, but also the development of space-age plastics, silicone, and improved rubber. And here is the modern golf ball. Okay, that's it for the history of the golf ball. Here are just a few insightful and interesting golf facts. Modern golf was invented during the year of 1457 in Scotland, but South Florida golf courses came much later. 1897 to be precise is when the first course showed up in Florida. The average golfer has a 12,500 to 1 chance of making a hole-in-one. So if you've had a hole-in-one, you're pretty fortunate. The first round of women's golf was played in the year 1811 in Musselburgh, Scotland, and the term birdie was coined accidentally by Abe Smith, who hit a bird of a shot in 1889. And lastly, the longest putt ever made was a mind-blowing 375 feet long. That's a long putt. Okay, whether or not you're a golfer or not, I hope you enjoyed a brief history of the evolution of the golf ball and some fun facts. I also hope this message finds you and your family healthy and safe. I, as I'm sure as you, are really looking forward to the warmer weather and enjoying our favorite outside activities, whatever they may end up being. Please know that your TL Financial Group team is working very diligently on the changing economic, tax, and estate changes. Our next educational webinar is going to be scheduled for May 26 at 2 p.m. And I'll be providing you some very important information that is related to the Secure Act that was actually passed in December of 2019. My team and I are well educated on the specifics of this act and how it may apply to you. Many rules are going to impact 401k plans, IRAs, 529 college plans, your required minimum distributions if they apply to you, stretch IRAs, and much, much more. You're going to receive an email invitation with the link to that webinar, so please be on the lookout for it. It will also be posted on our Facebook page at TL Financial Group. If you haven't already, please visit our page to follow us. Also, please feel free to pass on our link to a family member, friend, or coworker. Thanks for watching today. Have a great day. We look forward to seeing you soon.